11 News at 5.
17 legislative bills introduced by a group of Democratic lawmakers are aimed at improving conditions in Wisconsin's prisons. The authors say current conditions in prisons across the state are unacceptable, even inhumane. The conditions of confinement bill package introduced last week would set minimum standards for things like visitation, personal hygiene, and prison labor. Lawmakers who wrote the bills believe they will not only improve conditions for both inmates and correctional officers on the inside, but they will also help to prepare those who are incarcerated to become productive members of society upon their release. The bills are the first major step taken by Democratic lawmakers to address the prison problem, something State Representative David Steffen, a Republican from Green Bay, has been vocal about for nearly a decade. Fox 11's Emily Matesic spoke with Steffen about the Democrats' proposal and what he thinks is next.
State Representative David Steffen doesn't mince words when talking about Green Bay Correctional Institution, or GBCI, as well as the state prison in Waupun.
We have a couple of inhumane facilities that exist for the care and control of inmates, maximum security inmates. We can't have facilities that don't have working plumbing, working electrical, working HVAC. It's not accepted under the law, and we have a responsibility to do this correctly.
While Steffen says the conditions of confinement package of bills is a step in the right direction, and he's happy to see Democratic lawmakers recognizing the issues in some state prisons, he doesn't think the bills do enough.
But the reality is that it is very much a Band-Aid. If we want to address this issue for another couple generations, we need to replace these 125-year-old facilities.
For nearly a decade, Representative Steffen has been pushing to have GBCI and Waupun closed and replaced with a new facility. He says when he first introduced the idea, the cost of a new facility would have been about $350 million. It has now ballooned into a $500 million project.
It doesn't become cheaper the longer we wait.
Faith-based social justice organizations like Joshua, which stands for Justice Organization Sharing and Hope United for Action, agree something needs to be done. And while they support aspects of the conditions of confinement bill when it comes to helping inmates more on the inside to prepare them better for the outside, they also believe facilities like GBCI need to be replaced for everyone's safety.
We want the human decency to be brought back to not only the individuals living there, but also the guards. The guards have got to be worried as well. Great, we give them more money to work there, right? But that doesn't help if people are still on lockdown and there's this volatile craziness going on over there right now.
With Democrats on board, Steffen is hoping Governor Evers will now start paying more attention to the prison problem and work with lawmakers on both sides of the aisle to come up with a solution.
Ultimately, we're going to need the governor to be providing leadership on this issue, and I hope it's in our next budget. I can tell you that if he's willing to work with me and others who have been working on this for several years, he will have partnership, and we will put politics aside and ensure that this is done correctly.
In Green Bay, Emily Matesic, Fox 11 News.
Fox 11 reached out to the governor's office multiple times for comment on the conditions of confinement bill package, and we have yet to receive a response. The social justice organization Joshua is planning to march to GBCI for a vigil tomorrow night. The group is meeting near the intersection of South Webster Avenue and Broadview Drive at 4 p.m. Organizers hope the vigil brings attention to the conditions inmates and correctional officers are dealing with inside the prison to show them their concerns are being heard. Tomorrow's vigil is just the first of what will become a weekly march in hope of creating change inside the prison.
So we'd prayerfully like to come around so that people know that we know. So those folks that are inside have a little bit of hope, like, oh, maybe something's going to happen, so that something happens over here for us.
Fox 11 is delving deeper into the problems at Green Bay Correctional and the push to close the prison. Hear from decision makers, local leaders, and those impacted. Mark Leland is the host of our Fox 11 Town Hall, The Future of Green Bay's Prison. There are 3 opportunities to watch. The first is a week from today, November 15th at 6 p.m. on our website, fox11online.com. It'll also air Friday the 17th following Fox 11 News at 10 and again on Friday the 24th at 9:30 p.m. on CW 14.